BlueMetric is mission-ready water. We are world-class experts solving our clients' most challenging environmental problems. BlueMetric provides a full range of environmental consulting services supported by bespoke engineering solutions for emergency, self-contained, and permanent water systems, and is always mission-ready with a full range of in-house support. There is no successful mission without water. We are proud to partner with Atlantic Canadian Industries. We are mission-ready water.
Hello, I'm Christina, and welcome back to Acada's podcast, Over the Horizon, powered by Gale Force Winds. And today we are sponsored by BlueMetric here at the Maritime Arctic Safety and Security Conference right here in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. I'm here with Duncan from Kognitive Spark, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks so much.
Awesome.
Great to be here.
Thank you so much. And Duncan, tell us about Kognitive Spark. What is Kognitive Spark all about? And what brings you to Mass?
So we are a Fredericton, New Brunswick company, and we work in immersive technologies, and in particular on-head computing systems that allow workers to remain in the real world. So virtual reality systems are very much where you're occluded and you're looking at, in essence, two computer screens in front of your eyes. With the technologies that we use, which are hardware systems such as the Magic Leap or the HoloLens and a number of others, what we do is we allow the worker to just still be in the workplace, but get the benefit of really intuitive digital assistance, or alternatively they can just be assisted by somebody who's on the other side of the world but can get that first person point of view and can guide them through a task. So that can be anything from fixing an engine to going through a learning process to medical, and we've got lots of different use cases. Every place we go, everybody comes up and sort of says, wow, we could use that for this use case. And that's one of the amazing things about what we do, is it's just the applicability of being able to do that.
Well, it sounds like the technology can really help solve a lot of different problems, whether it's from a safety perspective or logistics of getting people places to fix things, or learning, training, things like that. What are some of the largest or some of the biggest challenges that you're helping your clients overcome in this space?
So particularly relevant to this conference, where we, with Mass, I think it becomes clear to anybody that's here or anybody engages that the biggest challenge is the tyranny of distance that we have in Canada, and the massive distances, particularly in the high north, between communities where it takes such a long time to get knowledge to where it's needed. And quite often the only way to do that is to put somebody on a plane or a helicopter and move them from place to place to get them to somebody who might be an expert. Now that might be a medic, or it might be somebody, in the case of an aircraft which has gone down on a remote airfield, they have to take the air engineer right to the aircraft to fix them, when there's actually maybe somebody there that has the skill set but just doesn't have the confidence to be able to do a repair or to make a decision about something. And one of the really key things about the technology that we have, it's not technology for technology's sake. The human in the loop is so important in this. And what we're doing is creating that ability for teams to support each other much more effectively, and really to put all of their expertise and knowledge to the person who needs that expertise and knowledge at any one point. And that's the person at the point of need, where that piece of equipment's broken, or where that person needs something which is critical to help them, overcome, physical, medical difficulties.
Yeah, and that's collaboration is something that is just hot topic in lots of sectors, but particularly here this week. And even if you have the expertise and the people available, the next step of being able to physically get them where they need to be is a huge challenge, given our geography. From a collaboration perspective, where do you see the company going as it relates to, I guess, maritime Arctic safety and security, from a growth perspective, or just enabling other companies to achieve the positive results you've had to date?
I think the most important thing, and I've heard this already this morning in some of the presentations, is the one thing that we need to do is just to listen and to understand what it is that the governments, the companies, the communities, the people need, and understand, that maybe our solution isn't the right solution in particular cases, but to understand what their needs and their requirements are for the concept of doing things completely differently, not putting somebody on a plane, not actually having to rely on somebody in Ottawa or somebody in Halifax to come and fix the problem, and just be aware of what those needs are, because it's very easy for us to sort of say something that works in Lower Canada in southern Canada will work immediately in northern Canada, and so what we're putting a lot of work into is not necessarily our capability. We're working on that all the time for our customers, but it's in building the partnerships, because success in any part of business is about how you build those partnerships. So at the moment we're working with the government of Nunavut, and they're testing our capabilities to work in 4 of their areas of government. They've defined 3 of them very clearly. One's infrastructure management, one's medical, and the other one is on their own IT systems. So how do we support IT systems at Reach? But what we've also done is we've also been doing the work with Shared Services Canada, and Shared Services Canada have tested us in Resolute. So there was an engineer in Resolute having to work on a system, and they said, right, we'll do this so that we don't have to fly somebody up and fix this piece of equipment, and that will test you in the most demanding conditions that any of our government systems work in. And the guy started doing the work on at the beginning of a 4-day no-fly window because of weather in October, and immediately he just went, kind of, why aren't we doing this already? This is amazing. He fixed it. It was a really simple thing. It was a trash compactor, but the trash compactor was a critical part of the infrastructure at Resolute, and he just needed to fix it, and that's what he did using our kit over a medium orbit satellite. So high latency, very demanding, very challenging, and it met everybody's needs and expectations, and everybody gave us a thumbs up. So that's a long answer to your question, but it is really about that sort of understanding what the needs are and collaborating in a really effective way, and then coming back with a solution. It's not about selling software. It comes back to, this is about the humans that are going to use this.
Meaningful impact. That's awesome. You talk about partnerships and collaborations, getting to know the other organizations in the spaces and how you can work together. ACADA, as the Atlantic Canada Aerospace and Defence Sector Association, plays a really key role in facilitating the ability to make these connections and collaborations. So what does it mean to your company to be able to have events like this right here in Atlantic Canada? I know you've traveled here from New Brunswick, and what does it mean for you to be able to access this type of event?
Victoria, the CEO for Canada does a great job, and one of the things that she really emphasises really effectively is that alignment. It's how do we get small and medium businesses to the point where they're talking to the right people who understand what the application of the technologies are. We don't see that in many of the organisations that we're aligned with. The small and medium businesses take your place in the queue, everybody else is in front of you. ACADA gets that balance absolutely spot on between the defence primes and the small and medium businesses, and in terms of its power and its impact and the benefit that it brings to us. I think that's manifest here at MAS, but it's also in a number of the other events that are organised throughout the region and during the year, and that representation across Atlantic Canada, I think, is really important and really underpins us, the success. It certainly underpins us as a company being able to maintain our base of operations in Fredericton, New Brunswick. ACADA is one of the key enablers for us to be able to reach not only our regional and national markets, but also our international markets as well. And that alignment piece is really critical.
Yeah, they're doing invaluable work for small and medium companies, and they really understand that business ecosystem, and we all need each other. Yep. Going back again to partnerships and collaborations for all of us to thrive together. Did you want to add anything else before we clue up here today?
Yeah, no, just that last one. I'd just say as well. They make it easy for the large defence primes and government partners to work in the region as well. I mean, it's just the doors that they open, the conduits that they open, the conduits they create as an association are fantastic. And the other thing that I think we've got, which sometimes gets overlooked, is our research base here in Atlantic Canada, which is almost second to none. We punch so far above our weight class, and we know whether it's with organisations like University of New Brunswick in Fredericton or St John, even for that matter, but Memorial and the Marine Institute here in St John's. They're world-class institutions, and we're very lucky to have them as part of our framework to support business in the region.
Yeah, we do not brag about ourselves enough here in Atlantic Canada, and then the capacity that we have here. Thank you so much for joining me. I certainly learned a lot. I'm sure everyone watching has also learned a lot, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
It's great to get to meet you.
You too.
Thanks.
BlueMetric is your partner and works with Atlantic Canadian industries and organizations who are concerned about the water health of our planet and the people who inhabit it in an environmentally and culturally sensitive manner. BlueMetric joins the growing number of like-minded, innovative Atlantic Canadian companies who are changing the environmental landscape for the globe in a world-class way. World-class experts solving our clients' most challenging environmental problems. We are mission-ready water.